Hello, Camelot. This is Queen Ray here. It is so nice to get to talk to you guys today. I am hoping to do more of these video tutorials for you guys. Let me know how this ends up going, how this works. I'm trying to do a screen recording on my phone. This is not a professional setup at all whatsoever, but there have been some questions coming up in chat that are just so much easier to answer via video than it is trying to text you guys in chat. So I'm going to be uploading these to YouTube. Today we are going to be talking about heroes and hero gear. I'm going to make this into like a 3-part depending on where you are, and we will go from there. So we're going to get started real quick going into just the basics of heroes, because to understand hero gear, you've got to understand the basics of just heroes in general. So the first category of heroes is going to be your infantry. They are represented by, you'll see this shield up here in the top. That is the representation of the infantry. So infantry, these are going to be your defense people. There is not a lot of infantry right now, just as a heads up. We will be getting some more in the future. So right now, your big main focus, if you are a free-to-play player and not purchasing anything, you're going to be focusing on Sergi most, pretty much 99%, because he is our infantry for those free-to-play players. So you want to do whatever you can as you're leveling him to maximize his defense. And we'll get to that when we talk about hero gear. But I wanted to introduce you to infantry first, and your main focus that you're going to want to work on is Sergi. Next up, we have our Lancers. And for Lancer, I'm actually going to give 2/3 examples of our Lancers, because Lancers are our damage dealers. You can tell who is a Lancer based on this little icon up here at the top. They are the spear heroes. So Lancers are kind of in a unique position because they are both your damage dealers, but also can work in place of infantry if you don't have much infantry. So the damage dealers, when it comes to Lancer, in my personal opinion, the best ones are going to be Molly, who is our mythic hero, or that orange color. That is your top tier hero, so that's going to be Molly. The other damage Lancer that you're going to want to focus on is also going to be Jessie. Jessie has some of the best skills when it comes to maximizing damage output, and that's why you use her in things like Bear Trap. So once again, with these two, these are your damage Lancers. So anything you do with them, you want to focus on how you can increase the damage they output. Now, Patrick is a little bit different of a Lancer. So Patrick, based on his skills, that we will talk about more skills in another video, but based on his skills, he actually can sometimes function as infantry. He is not as good as Sergi when it comes to leading a front line. However, he is your next best option, considering that we only have one infantry that's not a blue hero. And so whenever you're working on Patrick, you'll want to increase his damage a little bit, but you actually want to increase his defense, because that's what's going to help you the most. And lastly, we have our marksmen. Marksmen, these are going to be your primary damage dealers. These are the ones you're going to rely on. You're going to put them in the back line, never put them in the front line, always in the back line for these guys. And they are going to be the ones maxing out that damage, and the ones who need to kill those frontline troops and then those backline troops. So whenever you're working on them, you always want to increase their gear in a way that's going to maximize their damage. So once again, just as a roundup, we have our marksmen here, and they are our damage dealers. For free-to-play players, I normally recommend Bahati, I think is his name. He is going to be the one that most people are going to have. They're definitely some of the best. You also have Jasar, who is another good one for maxing out the damage. And Sayun, who we also use in Bear Trap. Then for Lancers, we have Patrick. We have Jessie. And we have Molly as the 3 primary Lancers. And remember, Molly and Jesse are going to be more damage focused, while Patrick is going to be more defense focused. Last but not least, remember we've got our infantry, which is going to be Mr. Sergi here. There are other infantry heroes that we have, but they are blue heroes, and blue heroes, we don't use them as much because the only thing that they add is for gathering purposes. So really don't rely on your blue heroes for anything. I would put them in drill camp and have them just sit there. Don't waste your XP or your gear on them because they're mostly just there to help you with your gathering. That's really all they're best for. And so you never want to use them as your first hero, or for the most part, you don't really want to use them in things like deployments and stuff like that. So that is the end of video number 1. I hope that this turns out good. I'm going to go on to part 2 where we're going to start talking about hero gear. So I will see you guys in the next one.